Today I want to share the correct pronunciation of 10 popular apps because you never know who you might be listening or talking to. And the way we pronounce these names is not exactly how they are pronounced by English speakers. So keep watching. Welcome to my channel. Io sono Miriam Romeo e se capisci l'inglese ma non riesci a parlarlo come vorresti, then I would love to be your English coach. Make the sound of your English smoother and more convincing with the 5 tips I share in my free pronunciation class. Click on the link in the description box below to watch it. Let's start with the correct pronunciation of the word app, because Italian speakers pronounce it with the wrong vowel. And that's understandable because that vowel doesn't exist in Italian. In fact, the way we pronounce this word is up, but up is another word, is this word right here, up. This is pronounced app, app, up, app. The vowel, the correct vowel is a. So it's the same vowel sound that you have in cat, bad, man, app. Of course, we can continue pronouncing this word the way we usually do because the goal is always to communicate, to understand and be understood. So when we are talking to other Italian speakers, we can pronounce it with an Italian accent using an Italian vowel. But it's important to know how this is correctly pronounced if we are talking or listening to non-Italian speakers. So once again, app. And that brings us to the first app on today's list, WhatsApp. The name of this app is a wordplay on the English expression question, what's up, which means che c'è or come va. So it's a wordplay on that expression plus the word app. So they created WhatsApp. Again, if you're talking to other Italian speakers, you can continue pronouncing it the way you usually do. But if you're listening or talking to a non-Italian speaker, it's important to distinguish between the question, the expression, what's up, and the name of the app, WhatsApp. Number 2, YouTube. I had to put this in the list. And this is not usually pronounced so badly that people won't understand us. But you have to keep one thing in mind, that you have to stop at the actual sound of the final B. YouTube. YouTube. Because with an Italian accent, this can become YouTube, with an extra schwa sound at the end after the B, YouTube. And that schwa is actually a very important vowel sound in English. And the best tip I can give you, I guess, is that you try to pronounce that syllable, that T plus vowel combo, as the number 2, YouTube. Think of the name of this very famous band and add a very light B sound at the end, YouTube. The stress can be on either syllable, YouTube or YouTube. Number 3, Shazam. Shazam in English is an expression, a word that is like abracadabra, Shazam. The stress is on the second syllable, so that vowel, the second vowel is defined and it's a, like the word cat. So the first vowel is not defined, Shazam, Shazam. Number 4, threads. You start with a voiceless th, as in the word think, and then you say reds. So you have the same vowel sound that you have in the color red. Threads. Threads. Number 5, Instagram. So the way Italian speakers pronounce this app is not that bad, in that it's pretty understandable, but it's still useful to know how English speakers pronounce this app, because if you're listening to a fast native speaker and they are mentioning this app in the middle of a sentence very fast, you may not recognize it. The correct pronunciation is Instagram. So you start with a lax e, as in the pronoun it, insta, and then the second vowel is a schwa, insta, insta. As many people call it, actually. Sometimes they just say Insta. Instagram. The last vowel is defined, and it's again a, like the word cat. As you can see, all 3 vowel sounds are different compared to how we usually pronounce this app in Italian. Instagram. Number 6, Pinterest. The trick here is simply to remove the second vowel, the E between the first T and the R. Pinterest. Pinterest. Number 7, Vinted. The first vowel is a lax I, as in the pronoun it, vinted, tid. And then the last vowel is just a schwa because it's in an unstressed syllable. So you just go from the T to the D. Vinted, tid, vinted. Number 8, signal. The stress is on the first syllable, so at the beginning of the word, and the vowel is a lax I, signal. And then the G and the N don't blend. They are separated. Signal, signal. But the G is not strong. Signal. And the last vowel before the L is a schwa. Signal, signal. Number 9, Fiverr. This name comes from the number 5 because in English, a fiver is something that costs £5, dollars, euros, a fiver. And then they added an extra R just for the sake of it. But it changes nothing pronunciation-wise. Fiverr. Because if you pronounce this fever, you're actually saying number 10, fever. So the first vowel is a tense E, as in the verb eat. Fever. And the last vowel is a schwa. So the two vowels look the same in the spelling, but they are different. Fever. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and let me know in the comments below if you can think of other apps that you're not quite sure how to pronounce. Now don't forget to click on the link in the description box below to watch your free pronunciation class. And if you want to work with me and you would like to have me as your personal English coach, you can contact me at this email address right here. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next video in 2025. Bye!